So today you're going to see the extent of the rot on my 240. I had no idea it was this bad. I was aware of some of it. I didn't realise how bad those areas were, but there turned out to be a lot more. Yeah, way more than I thought. I was actually still going to save the car, but then towards the end of the video you'll see me get towards the back of the car, get to the rear panel below the tailgate behind the rear bumper, and then the rear chassis. And you'll see what I uncover there, and then for me that was just enough. Okay, let's crack on. If I start crying, ugh. Yeah, it's quite bad, isn't it? Until you know, you can't really do this on the side of the road before you've given them the cash, you know what I mean? Oh man. Yeah. Can you see that? Newspaper. And to be fair, you know, it probably wasn't that bad when they did it. You know, they've just, who knows if they used any kind of rust converter or whatever, but if it's that bad, you know, that won't really make that much difference. It won't last that long. Yeah, you know, you put a bit of paper in there, you put a bit of filler in there, it's just a small hole. Button it up and it looks all right, and then obviously the rot carries on, and then some years later you end up in this situation. There's about everything in there. Leaves. Hopefully no dead animals fall out. Oh, I thought it was a spider. Probably is some living in there. I don't mind, you know what, I don't mind these areas. These two bits I noticed and I was like, it's going to need doing. I'm just worried if I find this more around the car, you know, on the frame and things like that. Like I always say, you know, when you start digging and there's always more, and I'm just worried. These areas fine. I checked the rest of the underneath of the car and it looks fine, but you don't know what's hidden. And then, yeah, well, we're going to find out anyway. I didn't think it was like this. This is the thing, if a car's original and it started to rust, you'll be able to see where it's going, and it's quite obvious how bad it is. When people have been in and done repairs and covered it up, that's when you don't know how bad it is. You can't see how to the extent of it. So it looks like a little bit, and then you end up pulling like half the car apart. The car just crumbles in your hands because it's been patched up and it's been covered over. I feel a bit sick. And I also wish I could weld. It's pretty bad, isn't it? Okay, so I'm here in the passenger side footwell. Just post that through there. Goodbye. I've been digging up here further up and it looks okay. It looks fairly solid. You can see there, that's just like surface rust there. This seems to be solid still. And the side here is solid. And I think further in that way, my thumb's pointing, is okay. But yeah, I'm just going to rip out the carpets and make sure of that. Yeah, because obviously, if it's contained to these two bits, fair enough, but, you know, if there's more surprises, you know, if I've picked up a right rotter, I could probably climb through that hole. I'm going to get rid of all this shite. just seen. Like, oh man. Yeah. At some stage an old guy's had this and he's like, he's done his thing. He's done his local repairs. Goodbye, doggo. Problem is as well, it was really wet in here, and obviously all this paper and that is keeping all the moisture inside, which isn't helping anything either. All this is good, I think, I hope. I'm gonna check it from underneath as well, but we'll see. I mean, it's just sopping wet, this soggy bullshit. You know, it could have been a shite sight worse. I was really worried that I'm losing my ass on this car, but actually maybe it's not the end of the world. Or maybe I should just do what the last geezer did and just like get some newspaper out and get the biggest jar of filler that I can find and just, you know, get the shovel out and just start fucking just laying it on thick. It's always good when you start digging and you pull out filler and newspaper and there's like a date on it, you know, and some articles. Princess Diana killed in car crash, like. Well, I think no matter how solid these things are, I think I would have been killed if I got into a crash in this. I think it would have folded like a banana. Just to let it be a lesson to all of you. I mean, you probably don't need it, you're probably not as stupid as me, but really when it looks like it's not that much, it's definitely is that much. There, you know, there's always more. If you can see rust, especially if you can see holes, I didn't expect it to be quite so much, I have to be honest, originally, like before I started digging, but you know, that's what happens when people cover things up. Let's do this. Newspaper. Look. October 2005. Yeah, it's history on the car. It's not the kind of history I wanted to uncover, but yeah, let's get it out. It's dripping wet. Absolutely sopping. Could wring it out like a towel. So what have we got? Oh, it's in German, I can't read it. 2005. I'll get my missus to translate the newspaper and I'll let you know if there's anything interesting. Anyway, more importantly than that, good plate though, they did a good job with that. You know, if they just had welded it in, do you know what I mean? Instead of like using it as something to fill against, or whatever they did. It's the same as the other side really. You know, it doesn't come all the way into the floor. It's literally just here. They've done some funky stuff. Look, filler. Is it? Part of me thinks I should have just not dug this up and just like what I saw, you know, just throw more filler on it and just like close my eyes, but no. Right, yeah, so we got these holes here at the front, more there, another one there, obviously the jacking point at the back where it's started to go through, basically where there was a plate put in. You know, you've probably seen this before, you know, a job was done, but you know, I don't know. I've peeled back the carpets. There's just that surface as well, but down there, that was the bit I just showed you underneath the car. You can see under that bolt, that's shining, you know, through to the floor. There's a hole there, and I'm just like, you know what? I need to take out the whole interior before I make any decisions. You know, there's no question about that. All the seats out, all the carpets out, everything out entirely, and spend more time underneath the car as well, actually just digging with the screwdriver. Yeah, just digging with the screwdriver, even in places where it doesn't look like there's any rust. I think that would be the best thing to do. Right, I'm going home, I need a beer. Okay guys, so now that the interior is out, yeah, it's starting to look a bit serious, isn't it? So we'll start here. The worst part actually, well, in some way. So obviously, you know, this is all terrible. Obviously with the stuff up here as well, this was a bit of a game changer. I was like, this is what really put me off, because I was like, well, I'm finding holes all over now. They're just dotted around. It's getting a bit, you know, it's getting a bit ridiculous. There's 3 holes here. There, obviously underneath that. That's to the floor, that's the floor pan. In there that's the chassis. The actual chassis itself is okay, but this floor where it sits over the chassis has gone. I've checked inside that hole, and the chassis itself, there's no rust on it. So there's also this, again, those 2 holes essentially. If you look through those holes, you're looking into the chassis rail. You don't see floor through there. That's enclosed underneath that. So I was like, well, what's going on? Now, 2 things. Firstly, there was moisture in here, and not just because that there's holes in the floor and old newspaper from 2005 and all the rest of it. Up here, so obviously this is your heater core hoses carrying your engine coolant. Now, I'm not sure if there's a leak from these hoses, or if there's like, where it's bolted to the bulkhead, there's like, you can see there's a bracket and there's a bit of foam and it's wet. So whether it's just water getting through or the hoses are leaking, in any case, there's moisture getting in. So obviously the moisture's coming down, it's pooling here and it's started to eat away. Let me bring you round. This is the other side of it. They've put in a plate, I mean, you can see again, like quality weld job, you know. So moving towards now, the back of the car, there's really not much else. Obviously there's this bit down here, so you've got the B pillar here between the driver's door and the passenger door. This bit, which you've seen, under there's a hole where it meets the sill. There's a little bit of sort of like dry rust running up there, but it is surface. I mean, I could probably wash that away, you know, I could spray that away, it's nothing, it's just... And obviously I peeled this away because I saw it was bubbly, and as you peel it away, you find this stuff. Some water's just run down here and it's got under this sealant, but it's literally surface rust. You can already probably see I'm getting to metal just with my fingernails. Here we've got the rear tailgate. It didn't actually look too bad. So this stuff was over the top of it. Sealer with some silver spray over it. So it was all covered up here. You can see there it's like grey underneath and then the silver on top. Obviously the spray's been, it's all over this cable protector as well. So they've just, you know, just thrown it on there. But when I started to peel this back, you can see where it's black here. Now, I would bet money on that being rust converter. But obviously, I mean, it's like a rust converter sandwich. There's rust beneath it. There's rust here on this side. You know, it's just layered. Obviously, like, it's because it's so much of it's inside as well. And, you know, this is really awkward to have to, you can see, I mean, to get in there, and, you know, that runs right the way across. It's the same on this side. Looked okay, and I've just peeled all the silver off, and now I'm left with, yeah, a pretty sad sight. Okay, so here is the passenger rear, the rear right wheel. Above this coil spring is the chassis. This is the frame of the car now, and this runs from here to the front of the car. You've got your shock absorber there, that's this bolt here. You've got your spring here. I mean, you know, this is not a joke, this area, but you can see here the welds there and the welds to here. And I mean, well, I don't know, can you call those welds? It doesn't take an expert to see that that is a joke. I mean, I can't weld, but I could weld better than that now if I had a go. You know, my nan could do a better job than that. But look, I mean, finger goes right in there. So yeah, not with a crowbar, just with a normal screwdriver. I haven't done anything else. Was it welds? I'm not sure if it was welds or if that was just like sealer, like bubbles of sealer. It's about as strong as that, either way. Whatever it is, it's the same sort of strength. It's sticking to the magnetic screwdriver. How's that for a weld? Ah, that hurt. Yeah, I should have known better, judging by the smart repairs that were done on the outside of the car, which you saw in the first video. I should have known what kind of car it was going to be, you know. Should have known that it was dishonest. You know, it was a bodge job thing, you know, painted over, filled over, all the rest of it. So, yeah, lesson learned on this for me. Big lesson, but no point crying over spilt milk. It's a bit of a sad story. There's a lot of good on this car, you know, as you guys commented and you guys have seen. The interior's great. The outside's actually really quite good, mostly. The engine now is running nicely, so a few bits to tweak up on it, but you know, so I'm sure we can do something. There's something we can figure out, whether we bring another 240 into the mix that needs work, or you know, we'll see. We'll figure something out.